I miss you. I thought you for a quick second. I saw you over there. Good to see you, man.
We'll talk.
No, you're always rocking. You the video of one.
Greetings, family. Let's hear it again for the Malcolm X drummers and dancers. Powerful. Thank you. Thank you. It's not the sound of Malcolm X drummers and dancers. 96 years ago, a spirit emerged in this space and left us with some incredible gifts. We're here to celebrate that spirit tonight, so thank you all for coming out. My name is Kamal Siddiqui. I'm with the United Black Community, and this is the 18th annual celebration of A Love Supreme, a birthday tribute to John Coltrane. We hope you can join us for the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd, 23rd. Yes, we keep his brother's spirit alive. Just a little bit about UBC. Some of you might be familiar with us. We are a community-based organization with some powerful individuals in the group. And I would be remiss if I don't acknowledge them. Brother Rasafiq, of course. Brother Baba Lumumba is part of UBC. Kalechi Igwam, Imamu on the table back there. Any other brothers and sisters with UBC present that I missed, please let me know. But you might know us by, we do our annual Kwanzaa calendar this year. And we're working on the one for 2022. Hopefully you partake and patronize some of the businesses in this calendar. It's a very powerful document we do every year. As part of this calendar, we also do community forums talking about everything from black violence, even science and technology, economics, economics on the continent and so forth. So we're trying to, as Baba Lumumba always like to say, if we talk about unity, we should be the one that's most unified. So we try to do that as our mission, if you will. So look out for the Kwanzaa calendar coming up this year. It's going to be coming out real soon. And we got some very powerful celebrations. So again, thank you all for coming out. As it is appropriate, before we celebrate, as we ingather to celebrate, we have to acknowledge those that came before us, the ancestors that showed us whom we stand on. And so we do that by pouring libation. And we have another powerful sister here tonight to assist us with that. Her name is Nana Malaya. Nana Malaya is a well-known actress, director, songstress, poet, storyteller, and even more. She was declared the dancing diplomat many years ago after becoming a cultural ambassador through dancing all around the world. She is also an interfaith minister that has also been ordained in our Khan and Yoruba traditions. Nana Malaya has been requested to honor our ancestors of Native American and African diaspora descent numerous times all over the world. She is also, at a very young age, still a dancer with the Malcolm X Drummers and Dancers. She is regularly working with many historical and international organizations and institutions as well as various clergy in commemorative libation events. She's also been crowned a Queen Mother by her own Cameroon community on the continent. So please, let's welcome for libation, Mama Malaya.
Blessings. Y'all know this song. Somebody pray for me. Come on, y'all. Had me on their mind. Took the time to pray for me. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed. I know you're glad. Our ancestors prayed for us. You know they had us on their mind. You know they took the time to pray for us. I know you know this song. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed for us. Yeah, our mothers and fathers and great-grandmothers and great, all those folks prayed for us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say Akwaba to you. When I say Akwaba to you, say Akwaba back to me. Akwaba. When I say Alafia to you, we say Alafia back to me. I say Jumbo to you, we say ooh Jumbo back to me. And when I say yo to you, say yo back to me. Yeah, we have all those languages. So This is another language, and it's very important that we understand libation is an empowerment sacred ceremony. We are here because of those that came before us, and we know all their tribulations, but we know all of their triumphs. There's people that thought we wouldn't get to this space on this day, in this year, at this time, and we are here. Are we here? That's right, we're here. So I'm going to say, I go 3 times, and I want you to say, Amen. I go. Amen. I go. Amen. I go. Amen. And the root of that is where Amen comes from. And it means that we're asking for God's attention, and we want to make sure God knows that we are talking to God, Mother, Father, God, right now. So I'm going to use some words in Tree, coming from Ghana. I'm going to use some words from the Yoruba, Nigeria. And I'm going to use English words, and I want you all to participate as well. You know, we got the brothers who've been keeping this tradition alive. You know, the ones that take and say, this is for the ones that ain't here. Hey, you never know where the secrets are going to be kept, all right? All right, so I'm going to take this water, and we'll pour it in this cup. I tap 3 times. You see, once could be an accident, twice could be a coincidence, 3 times is a number of purpose and intention. And in most traditions in the world, 3 is a very special number and a holy number, a sacred number. So I'm going to hold this up. We're thinking of the north, the south, the east, and the west. And we want to think of all those who came before us. We want to, of course, think about the earth that we stand on, the water in its proper balance. We need the air to breathe. And we need the fire so all this wonderful food can be cooked if need be. And if we need the heat, then we have it too. Everything in a proper balance. Too much of any of those creates a problem, all right? So I'm going to say, to the pompon beijing sanum, arenkansa aya, sasaya beijing sanum, arenkansa, fumina arenkansa. To all the ancestors, the Abosun, to all the Loa, to all the Orisha, to all the African angels and Native American, and all the other ancestors, positive spirits that are here. Because everything has a spirit in it, or else it would not be alive. There's a God force in everything. And we take that God force and we utilize it to nurture ourselves. And we take the God force in all of us, in the drums and the wonderful people bestowed with this skill and blessing as well. So, Mother, Father, God is the Almighty, all-knowing. And for all that we do know, we know there's so much that we don't know. So we want to call out the names of your personal family. Just call them out at the same time. The last names of your family. Mine would be Browns and Williams and Ruckers, and call them out. Keep calling them out. I'm going to actually mention my mother, Mary Wilhelmina Brown Ray, my father, Ebenezer Ray, my son, Chauncey Daly Rucker, my aunt Sarah, my uncle James. Call out those personal departed in your family, the ones you know and the ones you don't know. But if you know their names, call them out. The young walk proudly because of the wisdom of those who are not here. And you know, as blessed as we are, ain't none of us getting out of here alive. So let's make sure that we have positive things for them to remember us when we do make that transition. Now, would you call out any historical departed that you'd like to remember? Any people who just passed? Now, we know we're here to recognize our dear brother John Coltrane and his wife Alice and all those people in his family and lineage. All the wonderful things that they've done. The music that is literally magical and spiritual and helps heal us all. If we didn't have music in this world, the world would probably cease to exist. Amen? Amen. So as we think about them and some of the other departed, I do want to mention I was blessed to work with Alice Coltrane. I danced with her a few years, and y'all know Isis and Osiris or Sar and Oset? Back in the 60s, a company I had we were wise enough to put together that whole ballet for people to understand that story, even before I really knew what I was doing and how profound that is. So we want to pray for Ramsey Lewis, who just passed, Sam Gilliam, who was a visual artist. Anybody else have anyone else they want to call out recently departed? All right. Renoko Rashidi. Call them out, y'all know plenty of people. We're blessing this crowd to know a lot of these people personally, so call them out. Bernard Shaw, Amos Wilson. All right, louder, I can't hear you. John Henry Clark, I think I heard. All right. Don't be shy. This is a community celebration. So for all those we've named and all those you can keep naming, remember, there are a whole lot of folks that we don't know their names who did not make it, and it was the European slave trade. I was reminded that Atlantic didn't enslave anybody. So let's remember those souls that are down underneath the water. They say some people in Carolina walked back. They call it Ebo Landing. They got off that damn ship and said, we ain't staying here, and they walked back. They say under the water they traveled and got back home. So there's all kinds of stories. And so we want to remember them, and we want to remember all those who are still yet to come. Pray for all the children. Call out some of the names of the babies. Somebody's baby that we know are gone. We know the George Floyds and the other babies. Some who left because of disease, some that left because of accidents, and some we know left because of the violence bestowed upon our community. May we pray for them. May we pray for all the children that did not come through to be born or were born and then left fairly early. So we want to pray that all children, including ourselves, bring honor to our family, that we all stay well and be healthy, have all our toes and fingers, and learn how to function with any changes that come. But may all the children, including ourselves, live longer than our parents. That's a blessing. So for all the energy bestowed upon us, for all those that you want to think of, whether it be Ida B. Wells, Araminta, Queen Hatshepsut, the one-eyed warrior who kept the Romans from coming further into Nubia. There's so many warrior women that we don't know their names, but we know Araminta, we know Queen Hatshepsut, and we know the whole legacy being bestowed upon us through movies such as Black Panther and now, of course, The Woman King. So let's remember that all women are warriors, and if you've been bestowed to bring a child from the spirit world into the physical world, that's a definite magical experience. And having that child be here, including ourselves, is to make sure we understand the sacredness of women, whether it's their beauty, their power, their magnificence in business, and any other skills that they have. May we know that men and women are here to complement each other. You need a nut and bolt in order for things to be secured and taken care of in the community. So for this I pray, I'm Nana Malaya, Kumfe Noon, Dancing Diplomat, Queen Mother Etunde, here to bless all of us. And may we each, all, make sure the legacy of greatness continues and benefit everything we do today, benefits at least the next 7 generations to come. Ashe, Aho, Amen. Blessings.
Let's show our appreciation again for Mama Nana Malaya. Nana Malaya.
And I'm going to take this water and this tradition and take it to the front door to bless us as we come in and out.
Thank you, Sante Sana, Mama. We appreciate you so much, and all that you do for our community to keep us spiritually aligned. Thanks and praises. Thank you, Mama. So we're continuing on this evening in celebration of the life, legacy, and spirit of John Coltrane. I want to introduce tonight's MC, a brother in UBC that has given a lot of years of hard work and dedicated work here in his community. A brother I met back in the 70s. I don't know if you remember, but yeah, back in the 70s while I was in this community, but left for a while and came back. So he's a brother that gives, again, so much for this community, and he's been dedicated to this effort for the last 18 years or more. So I want to introduce you to those that don't know him, and those that do, a dear friend of this community, Brother Rasafiq Williamson. Brother Rasafiq.
Summoning spirits, cosmic spirits, especially cosmic spirit of Brother Oneru John Coltrane.
That's the sound we were waiting for. Technology sometimes takes its own time. But the cosmic spirits are with us. They bless you tonight. So we want to say welcome. Welcome. Welcome, all you beautiful kindred spirits, our African family, those who are here tonight to celebrate Love Supreme. The 18th birthday anniversary tribute to our beautiful brother, the Cosmic Visionary. This is a musical poetic tribute to Brother John Coltrane. And we're so inspired to have all of you here with us tonight. We thank you for coming out to celebrate Trane, a cosmic spirit with this life, this love, His music, his legacy has blessed us all, and is still blessing us. On this, the 97th birthday anniversary of this manifestation on earth. So we say welcome as we listen to a beautiful tune by Coltrane. Welcome. So melodic, so wonderful, so beautiful, so relaxing, so heavenly. Coltrane was a heavenly spirit, and his spirit is still with us. Divine spiritual blessings of peace, love, power, joy, happiness, optimal health, in the spirit of another Ruth John Coltrane. I'm so glad, so thrilled to have all of you here with us tonight. Consider yourselves a part of this wonderful family of cosmic spirits that celebrate African history, African culture, African people, African love. And our theme this year is holistic living and healing. Trane's music was about healing, about lifting us up and relieving us of all the things that continue to take our strength, to take our beauty, to take our love. So this music is intended to inspire you, to enlighten you, to uplift you, to educate you. So through holistic living and healing, we manifest black love. Black love, black love. We all know what black love is. The love that you have for your parents, for your mates, for your husband, for your wife, for your children, for our people. Black love. We must spread the love throughout our community at a time when we certainly need it. We want to talk about black love, which ultimately leads to African liberation, African liberation. So important. Let's all say African liberation, African for all of us, African liberation for all of us. So we just wanted to sort of set the tone, set the spirit, and summon to Mother, Father, God. We thank Nana Malaya for her wonderful libation. Very beautiful. We thank Baba Kamal, who's been with us a long time. He's our resident engineer. He's our resident, diver. He goes on these trips and looks for sunken ships of our people. Excuse me, so we want to thank him for that wonderful introduction. He's outside. So we're now going to have a presentation by the wonderful drummers and dancers, Malcolm X dancers and drummers, led by Doc Powell. Let's give them a big hand, please. They've been a part of our community since the early 70s, and they perform at cultural events, Kwanzaa programs, and they have been an integral part of our Coltrane celebration every year. So we're now going to hear from the wonderful, exciting, the explosive Malcolm X drummers and dancers. Asante Sana, peace and blessings for everyone.
First, how y'all doing? Before we get into the drums and everything, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of kalimba. Okay. I think John Coltrane asked me to do this.
musician. John Coltrane recorded music for 100 CDs. Yes, he did. John Coltrane music will go down in our history. John Coltrane, John Coltrane, John Coltrane really loved his cousin Mary. John Coltrane, John Coltrane, John Coltrane really loved his cousin Mary.
All right, y'all, let's hear it for Malcolm X, drummers and dancers. An exciting and really uplifting, exuberating performance. Doc Powell, let's introduce the leader of this wonderful group. This is Brother Doc Powell. He's led this group for how many years, Bible?
About 40 years.
About 40 years, that's about all. Yes, sir. All right, so let's hear it for the Malcolm X drummers and dancers. Now, we're going to move things along. We hope you're enjoying the program so far. And we've got more to go, much more to go. So right now, it's traditional for us to do a special tribute to esteemed ancestors in black music, culture, politics, and education who left us since our last celebration in 2021. So we want to salute and pay homage to Dr. Amanifu Harvey. Dr. Amanifu Harvey, good friend and social worker, educator, and author. Archbishop Desmond Tutu, anti-apartheid and human rights activist in South Africa. Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Dr. Lonnie Smith, educator and organist. Ralph Peterson, educator. Khan Jamal, wonderful celloist and educator. James Mtume, y'all remember James Mtume, creator of Our Cable Land and that wonderful tune, Juicy Fruit. Everyone remembers Juicy Fruit. Reggie Andrews, a percussionist and educator. Dr. James Turner out of Cornell University, Pan-Africanist, left us this year. And I had a chance to meet him and send some of his classes when I was in grad school at Cornell University. Dr. James Turner. Abdul Wadud, wonderful bassist in the black classical music tradition. Byron Morris, local brother, saxophonist who used to be a programmer at WPFW. We lost him this year. Sam Gillian, visual artist, well known in this city. And his beautiful tapestries have been in many different museums all over the world. And last but not least, we lost a wonderful pianist, composer, the author of The In Crowd. Who's that? Ramsey Lewis. We lost good brother Ramsey Lewis this year. So we want to certainly pay homage to those wonderful ancestors and to wish them well and spirit well. And of course, we can call upon them at any time, listen to their music, and be inspired by their legacy. So, next, we're going to move right along here to the spoken word. I'm sorry, who? Askia Muhammad. Oh, yes, you're right. Wow, we forgot about Askia. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we're now going to have a spoken word presentation by Sumaya Abdullah, local poet. She has been involved in the arts for over 18 years. She is a doula, birth worker, massage healer, spoken word artist, African dancer, drummer, jewelry artist, to name a few. And Sumaya's mission is to utilize her art to heal and nurture the African nation of the world. Art is her life and soul. So let's now welcome to the podium good mama, sister Sumaya Abdullah, the poet. Give thanks, give thanks.
I can hold a mic. Thank you. I was just eating. I didn't think I was coming on yet. It's okay, though. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Baba Rasafiq, for inviting me, being able to share my poetry with the community. Before I begin, I just wanted everyone to stand up if you are able to, and we'll do a little stretching and some deep breathing just for about a minute or 2 minutes. Let's get up off our seats. I know I need to stretch myself. Put this down. I'm just going to use my voice for this. So I'm I took Mama Ayo Handy her breathology course number 1, and I'll be taking her breathology course number 2 next week. Right. So I'm excited to be here and do some breathing with everyone. So close your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Expand the belly. Exhale through the mouth. Put your hands on your belly button. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We're going to lift our hands up into the sky. Get on your tippy toes if you'd like. And as you release your hands and bring them down to your sides, you can say whichever sound you like. If it's Om, Ah, E, Hallelujah, Amen, Ashe. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay. We're going to do that again. Hands up. Breathing in and exhale. One last time. Hands up. Breathing in and release. Okay. We can just move our hips forward if you have the space. If the minimum space, you can just do little circles. Go forward. Go back. I like the neck rolls. You can move your shoulders if you feel you need some shoulder movement. You feel you need to just move your whole body. Just move your body, shake your legs, you can move your hips. And just look to move some of the energy that you're feeling tonight. You shake. Yes. Okay. Okay, is everyone ready to have a seat? Okay. Okay. You good? Okay. So I'll be sharing a few pieces with you all tonight, and I'll end off with the song that I wrote recently. The first piece is called Hidden Woman. There's a hidden woman inside of me. gone, you need to hear her story. There's a hidden woman inside of me. To set her free. 'Cause when she's gone, you need to hear her story. The painted picture is all who you see. There is a hidden woman inside of me, stretching to get out, seeking how to, many shapes, forms. Rising up, then beaten back inside, game a hide and seek, seeking where she went to hide. This time, no more painted picture, it looks too pretty to me. Truth of white slashes, hidden red and forest green. Reconnecting, filling her lungs of breath with clean air to breathe. Moments of suffocation of what they say. I clean the air, increase my way, living to learn and learning to live. What much I learn in a day. This piece is called Black Skin Beauty. Black skin beauty. We all feel it in our souls. Consciously know that you are grained from gold. What are we searching for? Is it the gold? At the end of the tunnel, which society says will lead to plenty doors? What is this word of love we teach in written songs sung by the artists so they preach? What happened to justice and rights? Focusing in on soul power to be internal at nights. Lately, I look up to the stars and think about the ancients, the ancestors. Follow the drinking gore is what Tubman says. Follow the stars and we'll be free one day. So much more to life, so much more to be seen, heard, seek to physically clean out thy system of the European. Seize them, Febreze them for all their filthy ways. No need for it in my life. Me a done, going astray. Moving self in a righteous way. As I look back, I see myself and how I swayed with winds of Oya, mind scattered about. The spirit within me began to scatter and shout, no one is here, no one is there. My mind shifts to a consciousness of fear. Be the most high heartbeat in thy chest, protected from the even number of breasts, down to the navel and onto one's feet. Energy moves to the crown. Spiritually defeat, feet, take you to many places, witness, faces, braces, now back to the pure basics of you. Black skin beauty, especially made with the touch of difference. Pick up your head, life is tough. Pick up your head, I speak so many words, still nothing can express. Black skin beauty, I feel your pain. Black skin beauty, we all feel it in our souls. Consciously know that you are grained from gold. This piece is called Warrior. He's a warrior warrior. His mind, divine, creative, intense, strong. His heart, sweet, kind, stumbled. His spirit, he is a warrior. A man so strong, you wonder about his upbringings. A realness who helps me overstand the realness of realization. He is the warrior who has been scarred, antagonized. He still stands 2 feet. His mind continues to grow, his heart covered with his shield to protect him from his phony and foes. This warrior, my warrior, let go, let go, let go. The sunrise welcomes the new battle. Blessed of you, the sunset. The weapons in guard are then put to rest, and your mind is then at ease. Freedom only exists in our minds. Freedom only exists in our minds. Freedom only exists in our minds. This warrior, my strong, strong warrior. Don't you worry, the sun will set again. This piece is called Critical.
Come on.
I question how long will I live. I was raised not to trust the pig. The pigs, gunning, lynching, taking us out, feeding us GMO foods, raping us out. Nothing is real in their reality. Got me hesitant to eat a fresh apple from the tree. Adam and Eve apparently could not see the falsehood truth of what was hidden beneath. No longer comfortable in the shower. The water is not clean. It comes from the sewer. Know what I mean? People drawing on faces. We need to learn how to embrace us. Quit looking to be famous. All they care to do is blame us for anything. They've gotten too used to pulling us by their own strings. Wake up, black people. Put down the chicken wings, soda and chips, eating the high cholesterol dips, filtering your mind with poison, smoking cigarettes equivalent to a child that plays with toys and all it does is blacken your lungs. Black is something you already have. No need to step backwards to own what you already have. It's a silent war, more deadly than guns and knives, bombs that strive to take out nations. Black men growing to be gay sons of loving mothers, and to my brothers behind the bars, caged, full of rage, silenced. African nation, wake up. We are suffering, wake up. We are suffering, wake up. We are the strength. To my sisters, put down the cups. Heal the children of our nation. You hold the essence of creation between those brown thighs, laying with multiple men off the high green smoke. Spending money on foolishness until your pockets go broke. Who will heal this coming generation? This is not about patience, silent war, silent deaths.
Yeah.
This is critical.
Yeah.
This piece is called Culture Vibes. It's a fun piece. So please join in when I say to join in. Thank you for listening to all the other pieces. Had to get it out. Okay.
Get it for me.
Meditate on the culture vibes, seeking more vibes in my life. Emptiness, yet still resides. Emergency for culture vibes. Need more and more of you in my life. From you, I no longer hide. Spirit is calling, yes, inside, seeking more of culture vibes. You bring me gifts of knowledge and time. To disconnect, I dare not try. You color the universe inside my mind. You brought me realness, culture vibes. I miss you here, I miss you there. It seems you're with me everywhere. Me kindred spirit, even when I die. You share with me the culture vibes. All right, we're gonna do it again. This time I wanna throw in the culture vibes, all right? Meditate on the culture vibes. Seeking more vibes in my life. Emptiness, yes, still resides. Emergency for culture vibes. Need more and more of you in my life. From you, I no longer hide. Spirit is calling, yes, inside, seeking more of culture vibes. You bring me gifts of knowledge and time. To disconnect, I dare not try. You color the universe inside my mind. You brought me realness. I miss you here, I miss you there. It seems you're with me everywhere. Me kindred spirit, even when I die. You share with me the culture vibe. Culture vibe. Yes. Culture vibe. Emergency for culture vibe. Red, black, and green, I will never hide. Because we are a living culture vibe. Yes, thank you. Okay. My last piece, I'm probably gonna drink a little water if I do this. This is the last piece. This is a song that I wrote, and it's called Unity, Africa Unite, whatever you want to call it. But I just want you to listen to the lyrics. And usually I have drumming over the piece. My drummer wasn't able to make it today, so I found a rhythm that goes along with it. And I really just want you all to listen to the lyrics and just to enjoy the music. But I am gonna take a sip of water so my voice is not cracking when I'm singing.
Sip on, girl.
Hopefully it might be.
Take a big sip now. You've been working up there, girl. With the damn.
The spirit.
That's right.
Spirit is all with me. I feel it, you know? Okay, I'm ready. Let's see if this works. Yeah, we got it. You can turn it up. You can bump your head, you know. Yeah, yes. All right. Oh, my African people, so great, so full of life. Oh, my African people, let's strive. Oh, my African people, so great, so full of life. Oh, my African people, it's time to think about your health, wealth, no alcohol and drugs. Stop the violence, we are one. Stop the violence, we are one. Stop. Unity, South Africa. Unity, Senegal, Gambia. Unity, Ghana, Nigeria. Unity, Trinidad and Grenada. Unity, Barbados, Jamaica. Unity, Cuba, Dominica. Imoja, first principle, Unguzu, Saba. Coming together, community, you want to build, heal, create African children now. Live together, internal peace, sharing life the way to be. Giving thanks and harmony, clear vision and thoughts, render me. U-N-I-T-Y, unity. We're social and at peace when we come in the streets and greet. Black is Africa, in Africa we owe respect, bow and greet. More social and at peace when we come in the streets and greet. Black is African, in Africa we owe respect, bow and greet. Unity, South Africa. Unity, Senegal, Gambia. Unity, Ghana. Trinidad and Grenada, unity Barbados, Jamaica, unity Cuba, Dominica. Oh, my African people, so great, so full of life. Oh, my African people, it's time. Oh, my African people, so great, so full of life. Oh, my African people, let's strive. Unity, South Africa, unity, Senegal, Gambia, unity, Ghana, Nigeria, unity, Trinidad and Grenada, unity, Barbados, Jamaica, unity, Cuba, Dominica. Unity, unity, unity in the community. Oh, community. Yeah, let's see. Unity, unity, unity in the community. Hey, hey, thank you.
Thank you.
I should have done the song first. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mama Recipe, for inviting me.
Big round of applause for Mama Sumaya. Oh my goodness, you got a story, Mama. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yes, indeed. So, next up we have another wonderful, powerful sister in our community. And let me tell you a little bit about her. Freedom and Saroma Lee L. Her music has a message and an improvisational style. Her voice exudes spirituality, creativity, and masterful skill. She commands the lyrical content to transform the listening and the listener. She's a writer, artist, educator, holistic health practitioner, activist, humanitarian, and executive director and CEO of Freedom Enterprises Worldwide. So she's got quite a history of being involved in this music. She's played with Ralph McDonald, Kamati Dena Zulu. She's done work with a great poet here in our city, Danny Queen, and I'm sure some of you remember from Proverbs Reggae Band. Yeah.
All of that.
So, and on May the 14th of 2022, Freedom celebrated her birthday right here. Right here, for those of you who are here at Eli Vegan Restaurant. So without any further ado, we're going to bring forward this beautiful sister and let you sample and listen to some of her beautiful work. So, if she's ready, we're ready. Come on, Mama. Mama Freedom. All right.
Wow, it is my profound pleasure to be amongst African people who know who they are. I don't know if you've seen Woman King, but make it your business, okay? Woman King, amazing movie, amazing. Make it your business, okay? Really, honestly. Mother and daughter, woman who is for the people and about the people, and really holding it down like that. So I know there are a lot of us out there. So please make it your business, every man, every woman. That's right. You're at it. So my first tune's gonna be a John Coltrane number, and I'm working with the karaoke, you know. I'm experiencing my skills with the karaoke, so hold on to your horses. turn it up just a little louder. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages wrapped up in string. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue cotton fashes, snowflakes that fall on your nose and their lashes, silver white winters that melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. Dongola horses with sweet cotton candy, cornrows, cowrie shells, and dummy noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite thing, and then I don't feel so bad. When a dog bites, when a bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. When a dog bites, when a bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite thing, and then I don't feel so bad. I don't feel so bad. I don't feel so bad. Karaoke thing is all about. You gotta remember to stay right up there with it. Dig it, baby. Buckle up, cause you know what? Oh wow. Oh, it's too loud. Up there.
That was fine. That was fine. We want to hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear it though. That's my issue. I'm sorry.
Karaoke
Working out this. Now this is a complicated choice. So one of my most profound experiences is being able to, I don't know if any of you have read Maya Angelou, but she talks about how when she went through those years of being mute, or one of her teachers or one of her lovers, caregivers, that kind of thing, another woman, an elder woman, said to her, I'm not reading it to you anymore because if you don't read it for yourself, you never really feel it. So I had the profound experience of singing Acknowledgement. And I used to sing it to my friend over the phone when he was sick. You know, he would call and I would say, I call you. And he would be like, what? you know, but it was all in love and it was all in joy. So I couldn't get the band to play with me because this gig is kind of small off the cuff kind of love thing. And so I said, well, you know, guys, I can't have you with me this time, so I'm going to have to create. So what I did was I took one song that I really love, an experience song, an instrumental, and I put my voice singing acknowledgement on top of it. So, oh, thank you, thank you. These are special people. Can we get a round of applause? Mr. Magic, where have you gone? Okay, you're back on it. Without him, you know, this wouldn't be possible, so I'm sorry, I'm not going to be wasting any time anymore because Rafiq has me on that strict schedule, you know. He's like, okay, we got 5 minutes. Okay. So, all right, I think I'm ready. I called you, I called you, I call you to listen. I call you to listen as I tell you of a love, not an earthly love, but a love from above. A love that flows from a very pure and perfect stream. I'm talking about a love supreme. Say it with me. A love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme. Hey! Yes! Moon and stars. She made the earth for all to live in peace and harmony. We need a perfect love to guide me. We need a righteous love to revive me. We have to listen if we want to hear the message, the beautiful message of her love. Then we'll come to realize that in God lies a love supreme. Hey, sing it now. Love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme. Woo! and peace and harmony. We need a perfect love to revive. We need a righteous love to revive and guide me. We have to listen if we want to hear the message, the beautiful message of her love. Then you come to realize that in God lies a love supreme. Love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme, supreme love. I said a love supreme, a love supreme. I call you, I'm wanting you. I call you, I'm wanting you, I'm advising you. I call you, I'm wanting you, I'm advising you. I call you, I'm wanting you, I'm advising you that you had better get him too. Of love supreme.
That's the one with Lady L. Oh my goodness. We're just taking it to a high level here tonight. I mean, we're going higher and higher and higher. And we got 2 more groups to go. Wow, I'm telling you. This is fantastic. So thank you. I hope you all enjoyed this. Thanks for coming out and a part of our celebration as we celebrate Brother John Coltrane on Netherruth. You on Netherruth means compassionate one, beloved one, holy one, spiritual one. I mean, all of those attributes, right? It's ancient Indian Sanskrit language. And, you know, he and Alice studied all the major religions of the world. He said essentially all religions are the same in their purest form. So we don't necessarily have to be tied to one religion. We can be universal and cosmic and embrace all that is wonderful and beautiful in the world. He said, I just want to be a force for good. He said there are bad things in the world, but I just want to be a force for good. I just want my music to make us happy, to make us joyous, to make us love one another. So that's what Love Supreme is all about. So keep up the love, y'all. Let's spread it. Let's manifest it. Let's make it real in our hearts, minds, and spirits. So we're getting ready for our next group. Another wonderful musician here in our city, and he's participated in many of our John Coltrane tributes as well. He's very serious about the music. We're speaking of none other than Benjamin C. Sands, Jr. Benjamin C. Sands, Jr. He's a musician, a music educator, and visual artist. He's a native Washingtonian. And he has a wide variety of talents that's made major accomplishments in the area of acting, theater, playwriting, music, painting, and poetry. So we're indeed blessed. He graduated from Howard U. HU. We got a lot of HU alumni here, including myself, but we're talking about Ben now. But for the past 40 years, after graduating from Howard, he has worked at Calvin Coolidge Senior High School here in D.C. as head of the music department. And he's a disciple of Train, so without any further ado, he's also been influenced by such artists as Andrew White III, who's a local musician. He'll transition, I think, a couple of years ago. Sonny Rollins, Gene Evans, John Gilmore of the Sun Ra Band, of course, John Coltrane. But, you know, he stretches out. He's played with the Bobby Felder Big Band, and he's also jammed with Chuck Brown's band, okay? So he gets around. He gets around. He's multi-talented, spiritual. He's a spiritual advisor also. So let's hear it if he's ready for Dr. Benjamin Sands. Let's hear it for Brother Benjamin C. Sands Jr. All right.
Hello, everybody. There's a lot of bands out here called Familiar Faces. Some of y'all may not even know me, is that right? That's all right. But I've been at Calvin Coolidge High School, the same school, for 40 years. The beautiful part about this group, and I'm not going to talk to you now, because you can't be getting this night to talk, is that this environment has allowed me to introduce some traditional music and stuff that I create. What great homage can we give to John Coltrane, Sonny Rollins, all the great masters, is take the lessons that we learned from them and apply it to what we do today. So you're going to hear some things different. That's okay. You know, one thing I learned from Wallace Roney many years ago, try something different. If you're successful, okay, fine, go ahead and try it anyway. So, get ready. You ready? Yeah! All right.
Now, before you start, Baba Ruth, I forgot I was supposed to bring him up. This is our host tonight. We gotta give you your props. I forgot. I got so excited with the music. I forgot to bring up our host, our Dr. Farouk, a nutritionist. He preaches good health, good living, and a love supreme as well. So I would like for him to share a few words with us. I'm sure you've been able to partake of some of the wonderful food that's served here, and hopefully it'll nourish your mind, your bodies, and your spirit. So, Baba Dr. Baruch, a few words, please, Baba.
That's right, that's right. I know what that means, Rasafi. Anytime you get 3 times a few words, you know, don't say a lot. Appreciate you, Brother Rasafi. Appreciate everybody here. I'm always curious, who's here for the first time tonight? All right, great. There's some new faces in the house. We really appreciate you coming out. Everlasting Life is 27 years in the business of providing a viable food source in a community disserved and underserved. We purposefully, and we're the only restaurant we know that does this, we purposefully took healthy food, infused it with soul so that it would attract you. And this is the only restaurant you're going to go to and you're going to say, well, who's been here? You know, we got Nasser Abadeh, and we've got Glenn Jones and Angela Bofield and Fertile Ground and Sister Ayanna Gregory, and we've got so many different performers. And then you go into the other side and you got Dr. Sabi and Dr. Africa, and you got Scott Whitaker, and you got Ashra Kwesi, and you got a whole host of people who've been here right here at this stage and taught us right here in this room or entertained us in this room. So I always remind people that's the separation. You know, people, well, you know, what's the difference between, that's the separation. And then when you walk through the restaurant and you see who's working here, you see, oh, my children can work here. Yeah, some of y'all can work here too. Anybody looking for a job? But again, we are in the business of empowering our people, uplifting our community, 27 years, 22 years in this location. And this will be the last time that we will have this event at this location. Next year, we're going to do it in our new location just down the street here, just a couple doors down. We're opening up our new location because this is going to get torn down. So we'll be in our new everlasting life for the next 20 years after that. So I'm really excited about that. Again, we couldn't have done it without you. We're very thankful that you all have been a customer. We're thankful that Rasafiq and the brothers and sisters have continued to choose us. We know that there are a lot of places that you could have gone tonight. A lot of other places, they wouldn't let you have all them other people in there, like I said, but y'all could have gone some other places tonight. But we're thankful that you chose us and you continue to choose us, and we look forward to a long career of collaborating and working together so that we can keep our people respecting and honoring classical black music, right? All right, family. Thank you all very much. Have a blessed evening.
Touch your heart. try to dance right now. This original I wrote called 2 Grains of Sand. Yeah. to the track somewhat extended. Give it a hand to the band again, everyone. Yay! Let me get my shot from for a second. Come on now. Talking about a love supreme. Come on. Talking about a love supreme. So where's that lady that scat? Come up and scat for me. Come on. Talking about a love supreme. Talking about a love supreme. Wait, girl.
Talking about love supreme. Talking about love supreme. Once again, what's your name? Freedom. That's my name. All right. We're not going to fake the song, but thank you so much for allowing us to explore some music. Once again, Kendra on keyboard. Give a hand. Come on, she can't feel that. Brother David Marsh on bass. I'm gonna call him the slap bass player. Joshua Walker on drums, give it to him. Scales. My partner in crime, Yusef Chisholm on bass and tuba. And once again, my name is Benjamin Sands. Everybody put your right hand up, put your left hand up, and just relax. One more time, right hand up, left hand up, and just relax. Peace.
Let's hear it, y'all, for brother, master musician, Benjamin Sack. Ben, that was wonderful. Woo. And we got one. Let's hear it, y'all, for brother, master musician, Benjamin Sack. Ben, that was wonderful. Woo. And we got more to go. We got the National Avenue Quartet coming up. We could be here all night, but we know it's getting late. So, thanks again, Ben's band. Wonderful. On piano, you know. It's just been a wonderful treat. So, we want to commend everyone for coming out and just taking in this music and celebrating the birthday anniversary of Brother Anetaru John Coltrane. So we got clear the stage, unfortunately, and get ready for the National Avenue Day Quartet. We've got a wonderful band coming up with, I don't know if y'all know Janelle Gill, but Janelle Gill's in the house. Beautiful, wonderful pianist. Right. Herman Burney on bass. And I think Tim Reed on reeds. Tim Green. Oh, that's right, I'm sorry. Tim Green. Thank you. Miss Abiday. Mama Aina Abiday. Yes. In fact, take a bow. This is Nasser's wonderful wife. She comes out and supports him whenever he plays. And we just celebrate her. Well, I wanted to say which one it was, but her birthday. Huh? Yeah, how about that? Yeah. What about a day apart? I don't know, something like that, yeah. So, come on, Nasser. We're going to get ready for Nasser. While he's getting set up here, let me tell y'all, yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the great Nasser Abiday. We have such great musicians here in our city. Nasser one. As well as Ben.
Okay. But we got mob coming this time. I'll be there. 12 o'clock. Okay. All right, baby. Love you too, man.
So we are preparing for Nasser's band. Now let's talk a little bit about Nasser. Nasser's been around long time. That better? Yeah. Okay, great. In the light, huh? Okay. What's wrong with my throat tonight? But anyway, drummer and composer Nasser Abiday is the founder and leader and driving force of Supernova, the band you're about to experience. They perform music from the threshold of black classical music to beyond space and time.
All right.
While having an artistic license to express their compositions through traditional African rhythm, bebop, fusion, Afro-Cuban, Afro-Brazilian, modal, and freeform. The band's major musical inspirations include, but not limited to, John Coltrane, who we're celebrating tonight, Miles Davis, Wayne Shorter, Duke Ellington, Dizzy Gillespie, and more. So, excuse me. Based in Washington, D.C., Nasser has built a solid reputation as a sideman and with several groups, and has recorded and or performed with many national artists throughout his career, such as the great Tony Williams. All right. Max Roach. All right. Roy Haynes, who's still with us. He's in his mid-90s. And Nasser probably lived that long, too. Oh, even more so. Elvin Jones and his cousin Frankie Nunlop, to name a few. And let me also say that his credits include Mary Baraka, Dizzy Gillespie, Charlie Rouse, Gary Barnes, Cyrus Chestnut, Gregory Porter, Sonny Fortune, Ella Fitzgerald, wow, in that lineup, Eartha Kitt, Kenny Kirkland, Gary Thomas, Stanley Turrentine, Sun Ra, Frank Morgan, Barbara Hutchinson, Pharoah Sanders, Russell Malone, Malachi Thompson, and Andrew White. Wow. I mean, come on. That's powerful. So we are in for a treat, just like we've been all night. And let me also say that he's currently a percussion faculty member in the Jazz Studies Department at the Peabody Institute, excuse me, the Johns Hopkins University. I think he's got about 3 CDs out. His first one was Mirage and Diamond in the Rough. So he's got 2 CDs out, okay? So anyway, if he wants to come up and say a few words, okay? Hamlet, North Carolina. And so, do you know when he was born? And what day? 1925, and of course, today's date, September the 23rd. Yes. Indeed. So 97 years ago, Train manifested on this planet, and hasn't been the same ever since, I would say. Okay, so he's been married twice. Now, what was the name of his first wife? Close. Naima, yes. Naima, and did he write a tune? in her honor. Of course, and what was the name of the tune? I know, of course. All right. Woo, that was easy, huh? I mean, if you're a musician, you got to write a tune in honor of your wife. Okay. So, and where did they live? You remember? Philadelphia. Yes, yes, yes. Wonderful. In fact, that's sort of where Train got his start because his family moved from North Carolina to Philly, and he wrote a tune in honor of one of his aunts. Anybody remember what that tune was? Cousin Mary. Cousin Mary. All right, boy, we got some scholars here, some very knowledgeable people about trade. Yeah, Cousin Mary, really beautiful tune, and Cousin Mary was so important to him. I mean, she tutored him and raised him and just taught him about life, you know, so he definitely played honor to her. Let's talk about some of the bands he played in his overall development. Let's start early on. When Train came out of high school, where'd he go? The Navy. To the Navy, right. So there you go. So he played in what? The Navy band, of course. You know, so he cut his teeth and developed his craft in the Navy band. So when he came out of the Navy, where did he go and who did he play with? He played with a number of different artists. Well, even before Miles, now he played with some blues folks, okay? Some blues folks. Anybody remember? He played with, Monk was later. No, I don't think he played, no, he didn't play with Jay McNeely. And what they used to do what's called walking the bar. They would get up on the bar and play that down home, you know, stomping blues, okay? So Big Bill Brunsey, I think, was one band he played with. Okay, Big Mama Thornton, he played with a lot of people. Okay, and then he moved into bebop. And who was the big bebopper? Whose band did he play in? Charlie Yardbird Parker. And who else was in that band? Dizzy Gillespie. Okay, so Charlie Yardbird Parker, what instrument did he play? Alto saxophone, right. And of course, Dizzy played trumpet. Yeah, all right. So we're doing pretty good here, huh? It's nothing like knowing the history of the musicians and what they went through, some of the trials and tribulations. So he got a call one day. He played with Jimmy Heath also. Remember Jimmy Heath? Yeah. Heath brothers, Jimmy and Tootie. Yeah, but he got a call from a famous musician in New York who played, trumpet. And who was that? The great Miles Davis, yeah. And the group put him on the map. Really. Miles said, why don't you take the daggone horn out of your mouth? He said, well, I got a lot to say. Well, let somebody else play sometime, you know, Miles. But one thing that he had to deal with, and a lot of musicians unfortunately had to deal with it, was what? Drugs. Drugs, yeah. He became addicted to heroin. And that kind of really hurt his development in his career. So Miles, who actually delved into drugs himself, more so cocaine, right? Yeah, and so Miles said, man, you gotta put that needle down, you gotta get off that stuff. Train was unable to do it, so he got fired from the band. Okay? But let me back up a minute, because Brother Tashak had mentioned someone that he played with. Thelonious Monk, yeah. So he had a wonderful association with Thelonious Monk, who was High Bop, what was it? Bebop, the priest of bebop. High priest of bebop, that's what he was called, yeah. Thelonious Monk, great pianist, and Train learned a lot from him. So he was in the Miles Davis band for quite a few years, and what was one of the tunes that is now the best-selling, quote-unquote, jazz album in the world?
Favorite? Oh, Blue.
Kind of blue.
No.
Kind of Blue. It was Kind of Blue. Yeah, but that's a good hit, Johnny Hartman. Yeah, he did some beautiful ballads. I mean, Trey could play all kinds of music. You know, he could play bebop, modal, straight ahead, right? And of course, eventually he took it to a high level because he was always looking for a special sound. He was searching and searching, and so who did he marry around this point in his life? Oh, okay. Alice Turia, Alec Coltrane. Where did he start? He did play in the church to some extent. But, you know, both his grandfathers were ministers, okay? And so, in fact, there's a church named after John Coltrane. And so, there you go, Sam Silver, just getting ready to ask. Yeah, we had a chance to visit that church. It was during the week, so we didn't get a chance to check out the service. But it's a really nice church in San Francisco. Okay, so what was his second wife's African name or Indian name? You remember that? Turiya. And she sort of introduced Train to Hinduism. She was studying Indian philosophy and spiritual concepts. And so that's when Train said, well, you know, he also, well, he said, you know, I want my music to be for good, to make people happy. And so he felt that that was his life's mission. That was his purpose for being here. And he realized that he could really take people to another level through his music. So I think it's important that we study the life of Train. He was so dedicated to his music. I mean, how many hours a day did he practice? Anybody know that? That's right, 25. You know who did a nice show on Train this morning? Anybody listen to PFW this morning? Who's the programmer that was talking about it? Candy Shannon. Oh yeah. She tore it up, y'all. She was very gracious in her treatment of Train. And what was the name of the tune written by a good brother who actually, I think he came originally out of, well, I know he lived in Philly for a while, went to Lincoln University, and he lived there for a while, but he wrote a tune called Billie Holiday and John Coltrane. Who's that?
Gil Scott Heron.
Gil Scott Heron, right. Y'all remember him? Beautiful brother. You know, from South Carolina to South Africa. And so the music is so rich, it's so wonderful, it's so uplifting. And that's why we celebrate Black classical music, because it's you know, from the heart, from the soul. And that's what Train believed in, you know. And so he dedicated himself to fulfilling his purpose by playing this beautiful music. Now, there's another brother, saxophonist that we all love, who played with Train's band in the latter stages. Who am I talking about? Pharoah Sanders, Brother Pharoah. What was one of his famous tunes that we all loved back in the day? Tell me what's what I'm talking about. Another. Somebody was singing it. The Creator has a master plan. Peace and happiness for every man and woman. I always had that. Don't leave out Don't leave our mama, right? Okay, so before Pharaoh joined the band, who were the members of his classic quartet?
Elvin Jones.
Elvin Jones on what?
On drums.
On drums, okay.
McCoy Tyner.
McCoy Tyner on piano, okay. And who was on bass? Jimmy Garrison was on bass. Wow, that was a famous quartet. Absolutely. And so then Pharaoh joined later, and other people played in that band, including who? The flautist.
Eric Dolphy.
Eric Dolphy, there you go. Eric Dolphy played in that band. So
Alto
it was
sax,
just
bass
a
clarinet.
wonderful band. He also played alto, yeah.
And bass clarinet.
Yeah. So now name some of the other musicians that Train played with. Everybody wanted to play with Train. Train wanted to play with everybody. So let's name some of these musicians.
Paul Chambers.
Paul Chain. PC. He wrote a tune called what?
Mr. PC.
PC. Mr. PC, right. Who else did he play with?
Cannonball Adams.
Cannonball Adams. In fact, Cannonball was on which date? Count of Blue, right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. And he also played with a pianist who was born and raised here. Duke Ellington, yeah. They did a wonderful CD. And name some other people to play with Train. Reggie Workman on what instrument? Bass. Yeah, Reggie Workman played with him, right. And who else? Wynton Kelly. What did he play? Piano. Yeah, Wynton Kelly had a sweet piano. Name another pianist that he played with. Red Garland. And Tommy Flanagan.
Right.
Okay. And so, and then he did a piece with Ted Dameron. It was really nice. And a trumpeter. How many trumpeters? He played with a lot of trumpeters.
Lee Morgan.
Lee Morgan. What's the name of that album? Blue Train. Yeah, beautiful piece with Lee Morgan. And he played with another trumpeter out of Art Blakey's band. Trumpeter. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Red Clay. What was you know that CD? Freddie Hubbard. Yeah, everybody remembers Freddie Hubbard. Right. Yeah, Red Clay was a bad piece, I tell you. What? So so many different musicians, right? There was another trumpeter he played with, who also played with a great alto saxophonist. Now, who's that trumpeter? You connoisseurs of the great music. Okay. Trumpet player that played with alto saxophonist. Yeah, Ornette Coleman, and this Don Cherry is the trumpeter that played in this band. Yeah, Don Cherry, and they did a CD together. You know, so Train played with so many different people. So how we look at NASA? That NASA, should I tell him we're waiting for his great bassist? He's here? Oh, okay, great. So I guess I can stop talking, huh? Yeah, I'm just trying to talk about Train and the influence he's had on me and the influence he's had on so many of us and so many musicians, you know, so it's just a joy to talk about it. And but I'm gonna let it go and bring the great NASA Aberdeen up here and his band. And there's Herman. Herman's on the scene. You know, so we're blessed tonight, y'all, to have all these wonderful musicians in our midst. And they've all been here before with our Train tribute, and they all love Train, so they're gonna take it over now. So, and we got the great Janelle Gill. Let's give it up for Janelle. And so he's gonna tell you the rest of the members of the band. But thank you so much for coming out. I hope you enjoy tonight. And don't leave yet, because like I said, we got one more great performance coming. And it's going to be none other than the NASA Abaday Quartet. Let's hear it. The NASA Abaday, y'all.
Thank you, Rasafi. Let's give Rasafi a big round of applause. And let's commend him for the work that he has done over the years with his family. I can't name everyone involved, but they are always here. And I appreciate Rasafi after all of these years doing what he does, because he does it out of love and he doesn't expect anything in return except the blessings that he receives from the Creator for delving into this work. It's very important that we recognize that. So let's give him a round of applause. When I first came to Washington, D.C. in 1977 it was. And Rasafi had a store over on, was that Sherman? I remember that, man. And we would go, my wife and I, my queen, who was my princess then, she's my queen now, and Baena, we would go by there and we would shop, you know. We were so amazed that there was an African community in Washington, D.C. that we could be a part of, and we still are, we're enjoying it. So I also want to say that Rasafi, I teach jazz history at Peabody's, one of the courses I teach there. And you did as well of a job as I could do over there. You know? We need to have you up there to come up there and just talk about your experiences with this music and all of that, you know. So it's wonderful to hear you speak to the audience, and it's wonderful for the audience to respond with the correct answers. Yeah. And I know a few of you nudge your friends and say, hey, you know the answer to that. I know you know the answer to that. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. Naima, yeah. So it's so wonderful that you know who John Coltrane was and is. John Coltrane, if I may take a moment to discuss how important he is to me. John Coltrane, I first heard an album, John Coltrane Plays the Blues. And he played the blues every which way on that album that you can imagine. But I said, well, who is that drummer? Because I was used to hearing Max Roach, Art Blakey, Philly Joe. I was hearing those musicians. My cousin Frankie Dunlop, who played with the Loneliest Month for many years. That's the sound I was used to hearing. But when I heard Elvin, I knew that there was something different. There was something different about Elvin's approach to the drum kit. As Max Roach says, the drum kit is the only indigenous instrument to America's society is the drum kit. Because you have the bass drum, you have the tom-toms, you have the snare drum, and you have cymbals. And in marching bands, there's one musician that plays each of those instruments. But it was Baby Dodds and Zutty Singleton who played with Pops, Louis Armstrong, who decided to put the drums together, and they called them double drums. So you had the bass drum, and you had the snare drum, and then you had the kick drum. So why was it called the kick drum? Because when the bass drum was put on the floor, they didn't have a beater. So they would kick the drum with their foot. Then later on, they tied a beater to their foot, and some companies saw that, oh, maybe we can make some money, so they developed a foot pedal, the bass drum foot pedal. Now, I'm going back in history for all this, but I want to go back to John Coltrane. John was and is the first person to help me to realize the purpose of music. The purpose of music is to heal.
Yeah.
It is the one thing on the planet that we can access that creates form. In other words, if you are aware of cymatics, cymatics is the understanding that frequencies create form. And every time the frequency hits a certain note, the form changes. One of the experiments is to have filings, shaved steel filings or rice or sand, and subject it to a frequency, and it will change its form. You know what it's like? It's like crop circles. That's how crop circles are created. ETs. ETs. ETs, they hit the field with a frequency, and the frequency develops a form. John Coltrane brought that to my attention. That when you play a certain sound, it affects the human physiology. My experience is on 2 occasions, one with Brother Oz band, give him blessings, and one with my band, Supernova. And a person came up to me after the concert and said, "Thank you for the music that you played, because before I came here tonight, I was considering suicide." That's right.
Come on.
To save one life playing music is a blessing beyond compare. And so that taught me, again, that the music that we play with our intention is what can heal this planet. And so that's what we will do tonight on the anniversary of John Coltrane's birth. Welcome to the bandstand, please, Tim Green, alto saxophonist. He also shares faculty duties with me at the Peabody Institute of the Johns Hopkins University. A tremendous saxophonist who I first met playing, was that Sonny Red? We played with Sonny Red, who is an ancestor now, but he was one of the pioneers of this music, bebop. And then we have on bass, Mr. Herman Burney. And you all need to know one of my favorite pianists. I met her when she was 14 years old, and she was going to Duke Ellington. She was a student there. We go back many years. I call her DC's Jazz Princess, Janelle Gill. So we're going to play a few songs for you. One of the things that I want to point out is that we thought that since Janelle was here with us, we would point the road and include Alice Coltrane. Got to. The first piece we will play is what today is, the equinox. You know, and so there is a recording of John Coltrane's Equinox, and everyone plays it like that. But I heard a bootleg recording of Equinox, and they blew the roof off of the building they were in. So we're going to approach it our way. As a matter of fact, we're going to approach all this music our way. We hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. All right. Make it talk.
We're going to take this moment. Thank you. Thank you. Tim Green, Janelle Gill, Herman Bernie. We're going to. Wait a minute. Hold on. I don't want to give it all up. Well, just wait. Hold on. I got to build it up, right? I just can't just throw it on you. Slam down, thank you, ma'am. I'm just trying to. I gotta build it up. Because after a drum solo, I might be finished. But I gotta have a cigarette. So look, we want to take this opportunity to feature Janelle, our pianist, and we're going to pay tribute to Alice Coltrane on the piece entitled Gospel Train. Get ready.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
We have a prayer for you, and we're going to end on this prayer.
Thank you.
John Coltrane, there was a part of his life that was caught up in what we refer to as the jazz lifestyle. It's not only particular to jazz, it's particular to the medical industry. It may be particular to politics. It may be particular to any industry that we participate with. Drugs. John Coltrane's life started to take shape, his musical career started to take shape in the late 50s. When he started playing with Miles Davis and Thelonious Monk. There was a period there where John Coltrane was caught up in heroin. It is true that he did walk the bar. But we must remember that when he walked the bar, he walked out the club. Yeah, he walked the bar. But that music was a music that dealt with our root chakra. That's why he walked out of the bar. The root chakra is important because that is the root, that is where our energy is stored, and we can take it and move it up our spine to the heavenly portion of our body, which is the crown chakra. We want to live in the crown chakra. We get our energy from the root chakra. John Coltrane realized that it was time for him to stop using heroin and to stop being a victim of the jazz lifestyle. And he committed himself to the service of God. That was 1957. It was later in his sojourns with Miles Davis, and the first time he joined Miles, he was strung out on heroin. The second time he was with Miles, he was clean. Miles asked him to leave the band because Miles had to stand next to him on stage. And if you know what I know, anyone that's suffering from the strains of heroin addiction, when they break the habit, their body goes through such enormous change that you can smell it. Believe me, I know. Not because I used, but because I roomed with those that used and was kicking the habit as we were on tour in Europe. And I had to deal with that. What helped me to help him was that I won't mention his name, but every night on the bandstand, we became possessed with the energy of getting the devil out of any place that we found ourselves performing. Seriously. Because evil will lurk around you and find you. And if you're weak, your feet will lead you right to the astray. So this person thanked me every night, because in that 3-week tour, by the end of the tour, actually 2 weeks into it, he was not sick anymore, dealing with the loss of having to shoot heroin in his veins. I don't know why he thought that he could come over to Europe without having some source there, because that's what happens with musicians. We find sources wherever we go. And we have the hookup. You get the Hamburg. Oh, I got a hit. Come on, guys, I got a hit. Let me take care of this. They're late for the gig, late for everything. However, John Coltrane realized that he wanted to commit the rest of his life to God. So when you think about it, that's 10 years, because he died in 67. And his seminal piece, the greatest composition he ever composed, was A Love Supreme. That was in honor to the Creator that put us all here. You can believe in God or not believe in God, but even if you don't believe in God, you can't explain the higher self. You can't explain it. It's too grand. It's too beyond us. This is another, in my mind, it's not hell, but it is a form of hell. It was Max Roach, and I'm going off right now.
It's okay.
It's all right.
We with
But
you.
it was Max Roach. My wife and I were driving Max around the city, and he just looked around and he said, "What did we do to catch such hell? What is it that we did?" Whatever it is, we did it to ourselves. And whatever it is ourselves that's going to get ourselves out of it. It's going to take a concerted effort by all of us to go inside.
Teach.
Everything that comes from, everything that we see manifest on the physical plane first started inside.
Come on. Yeah.
So you have to work on yourself from inside. Sometimes you are your demon. You're the first one that you have to face. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself and say, I've got to do better. And if you fall off the wagon, get back on. We're all on the wagon. And there's those of us that will help to pull us back on the wagon. That's what John Coltrane did. And Alice said that he was away for 4 days up in his studio. And on the fourth day, I think it was, third or fourth day, he came downstairs and said, I got it. I got it. And it was a love supreme. And if you're not aware, please be aware that the song Psalms, on the album, there were words that John composed, and he plays those words on the saxophone in Psalms. If you're not aware of that, go back and listen to A Love Supreme, the final movement Psalms. We're going to play a song for you that brings tears to my eyes. Maybe it'll do that for you as well. We're sending out energy from our heart chakra to you. And if you are aware of the chakra colors, it is green. Receive the green. Take it with you. Share it with the rest of the world. Everyone you encounter, make sure that you share it, because that is our intention, and that is our gift to you, and that was John Coltrane's gift to all of us. Dear Lord.
Come on.
Sam Cooke.
generous enthusiasm. So I'm going to ask the Baba. He's crying, but he's not crying because we run out of time. He's crying because we touched his heart. Wait a minute. Wait, Ben. Wait a minute. I'm making a request here, and you are a part of it. Put that horn back together. Can we do impressions? Ben, I know. Well, you know what they did? They did this. We've got two saxophone players here. Both love John Coltrane. One alto, one tenor. Train played both those. After playing the alto in Dizzy's band, he said, you know, every time I hear myself, I hear myself sound like birds. So I got to pick up the tenor so I can still hear bird another way, which is what he did. So we're going to close with an impression, and maybe we'll get a solo out of it.
Come on. What can you say, Rob? Love the free. It's big enough, please.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, good night. Well, y'all, that was so powerful, so overwhelming, so moving. Let's give them a big, huge round. All praises are due for the wonderful, powerful black classical music. We certainly enjoyed this concert. We're so glad you came out and enjoyed this. For I mean, I gotta say, this is one of our better ones, if not best. If not best, I'm telling you. Overwhelming. And we want to thank all the musicians that participated in this 18th annual John Coltrane celebration, commemoration, 97th birthday, anniversary of his birth. So everyone go home safely, go home very safely, and take this music with you in your heart and soul and spirit. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you, Baba Rasafi.
Sante, thank you everyone for coming out and participating in our celebration. Thank you so much. And we want to thank NASA Avenue Band, Tim Green, NASA Avenue, Herman,
Is that an engineer? You an engineer?
Ernie, and Janelle Gill, such beautiful piano.
I don't know.
I
think I know who you are. I'm not sure.
I want to thank Ben
I cannot hear.
for his wonderful contribution. Mama Samaya, Abdullah, and Freedom, and Soror, Lee L, and Malcolm X dancers and drummers, and all of you who came out to celebrate this wonderful occasion. So
You might want to sell it.
we'll see y'all again next year. We'll try to do it again.
Oh, yeah.
We'll take it to yet another level. So let's live life that John Coltrane lived, especially the last 10 years of his life.
What's wrong with that woman?
When he had a spiritual awakening, he said, no more drugs, no more alcohol, nothing but pure, natural, organic food. And he and his wife took it to a whole another level. So that's everyone. Give yourselves a big hand. A great big hand for tonight. The energy was here, the power of the music was here, the Spirit of the Lord was here. Woo! Gospel train, right? Gospel train. That's what that was all about. So, Santa Sana, and again, be safe going home.
Because I mean, it's like, I know what I need to do. I can't share with anybody else. Play on the back, that's good. It's play, it's just play.
All I want to do is continue to stay for a while. Well, be well, stay well, so that all friends.
I'm not letting that woman go down to somebody after, oh, we had a friend. No, but the greater is her commitment. Keep that like least by, keep the black face up right there and safe.
Thank you, this last like it's for me.
We want to thank Everlasting Life for giving us the opportunity to be here. We want to thank Coltrane, our sound engineer for the Vehicle Weekly. He got it all recorded, y'all, so we're going to make this tape available for everyone to see again so we can relive these wonderful moments. We want to thank Mama Teresa and Papa Cool and the United Black Community. We want to thank everybody for making this such a wonderful occasion. We want to say thank you to, as I said, good night, we can have Craig, Elsie Pan, the African Freedom Front, Silver Cafe, San Coco Books, Blue Nile, WGFW Radio, and the United Black Community, and all of you. Again, we want to thank Baba Kamal, Siddiqui, Nala Malaya, Malcolm X, Nancy the drummers, Sumaya Abdullah, Freedom and Saroma, B.L., Benjamin Sands, Ensemble Master, Saturday Quartet. Hope I didn't leave anybody out, but I try to cover the waterfront, as they say. We want to thank Baba Baba Lumumba, and everyone who came out tonight. Baba Jawara Hanan, hey, he's in the house. Beside Patterson, hey. We want to thank everybody. Everybody. Fauna came out. Where's Fauna? Fauna came out, checked out the music. Yes, indeed. I can go on and on and on. So thank you, all of you. Thank you many times over. And it's all about the love supreme. The love supreme. I'm Leah. I want to thank you. That's wonderful occasion. And again, we want to thank Tracy for her help. Wow, everyone who came out tonight. My dear sister Karen, Asa Bibi, I want to thank her. Mama Baina, all of you coming out tonight and making this such a wonderful occasion. Brother Shamarka, I've seen him in years. Brother Shamarka, you can go on, I know we got this today. All right, y'all, we're going to sign off. Be safe going home, and we'll see you soon, very soon.